Tasting like a boss. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. I have Rollo here. You guys know Rollo is not the biggest fan of me at all. He is boss of boss's dog. He is. But he's being really nice today. And we're going to do a special review today, buddy. Okay, I love you. Very grateful for you. And I'm grateful for you guys, too. So thanks for being viewers and subscribers. And if you are not a subscriber, hey, subscribe now. Become an additional person who follows us on this taste journey. But today's review is one I'm really kind of excited about. I've been thinking about it for the last couple of weeks ever since I ordered it, and I thought it deserved a little explanation of why I have it. It's from the company Chapin coffee here, and this particular flavor is one I thought was kind of neat, called Love is Awake. So I'll give you an explanation what the flavor is supposed to be, and then let's talk about the coffee and how I got it. So Love is Awake, on the front it says earthy and smooth, honey and caramel, sweetly complex. So is this a flavored coffee? No, I don't think it's a flavored coffee. I think it's one that naturally occurs based upon the roasting process. And on the back has a little bit of explanation of the company. I strongly encourage you guys, especially this Thanksgiving, to actually go to their site, Chapin Coffee, CHAPIN coffee.com. I will put a link in the description below. But this is what it has to say on the back. Now, I've read their website. Again, I think you will really, really like it. But this is what it says. We created Chapin Coffee to connect you to the source of your morning ritual while empowering you to make a difference in a child's life. In Guatemala, where some of the best coffees in the world are grown, 3 of every 4 kids suffer from chronic hunger. We believe that every child deserves the nourishment to grow to their full potential, so we've connected our coffee to the people who grow it. For every cup of Chapin coffee you enjoy, we donate meals to children in the coffee-growing communities of Guatemala. We've donated over 45,000 meals since our inception, and now you're a part of this movement. We thank you for your impact. With love, the Chapin family. And so 10% of the proceeds, 10% of the profits from all their sales goes to feeding the kids, is what it is. And so it has a little seal here. I think that's admirable. I think that's great. And especially when I couple with how I came across this coffee. This coffee came as a school fundraiser for my child for the Lake Brantley Patriot Players. And I'll put a link down below there too, because that's the drama group for the high school that's here locally. They're great. They really are. The kids are really, really talented, put on some amazing shows. This whole area is talented and great. So if you have a school in particular that excels in those things, that's even bigger than in some communities where maybe the talent pool might be smaller, which that's no offense to any other communities. But, you know, when you're here in Central Florida, you're kind of surrounded by a bunch of entertaining, geared sort of kids. And yeah, the shows they put on are really incredible. So I encourage you to check them out as well. But check out the coffee, check out the school. But the fact is, so I pay for this coffee, proceeds of that went to the school, which I thought was great. And of the proceeds they received, they gave. So it's like a double charity giving. So I really, really do appreciate that. So here you go. So how are we going to do it? Well, you know how we're going to do it, guys. It's going to be a 3-way review. Isn't that right? Yes, buddy. Okay. So we are going to be doing it in the cold brew. And I did put it in the Griswold cup. That's what I at least call it. I know it's like Wally World Cup, but whatever. Give me a break, guys. It's Thanksgiving morning. I have it in drip. I thought I'd stick with the love theme, so I got Snuggle Up. So Snuggle Up cup. And finally, we're going to be doing it in drip. So let's give this coffee a smell first, Rollsies, okay? Let's do that, all right? He's going to start freaking out later today when the turkey starts roasting. Smells like a medium to dark roast. Is that what it says? Yeah. Good going with me. It is a medium to dark roast coffee. Score. So it smells like a medium dark roast coffee. So it's got that coffee smell as well as that more like tobacco aspect of the darker coffees. Really quite pleasant. And I can tell you when we brewed in the house, it added a really nice, pleasant smell to the home, which is nice to have as I reach into your faces. Here we go with the cold brew. Not going to be much scent on the cold brew, although there is actually just a little bit, you know, so there you go. Tasting like a boss. That's good, but for not the reasons you would expect. Why I like this is, okay, let's see. Am I getting honey and caramel? As they advertise you, honey and caramel notes. Am I getting those? I am, but there's also an earthiness and a bitterness to it, but not overly bitter. This really is a complex cold brew. For those who don't do cold brewing on the regular, please, I have a video where I explain what cold brewing is. It's not just brewing the coffee and pouring on ice, okay? It's not really massively involved either, but cold brewing is a slow process, essentially where you're steeping room temperature water with the coffee for 12 to 24 hours, then pouring it with a significant filter so that no coffee grounds come out. Creates a nice mellow flavor with your coffee. Here, the taste pattern moves significantly. That's not always the case with cold brew coffees. Cold brew coffees kind of make things kind of even in the taste, mellow in the taste, and that's good. It's actually nice to have that consistency. Here, though, if I can explain it, I wouldn't say that there's brightness. There's fullness in that flavor in the beginning, but not overly full like you get some of those really massively earthy coffees or dark roast, like that one from Costa Rica I had, which I adore. That one's, consistently dark. This one here, it's dancing around the tongue. It's moving around the tongue. So you've got this medium height to it. Then you've got this earthiness, and that earthiness is, there's a little bitterness, but it's not too sharp. So it's like this nice medium to a nice chunky ground flavor. So it's a full flavor. So this doesn't feel like your tea-based, or what I call tea-like cold brew. This is a coffee, a cold brew coffee, but hands down more nuanced and more complex, and really more worth the sip than anything you're going to be getting for cold brew as far as Starbucks, Wawa, Dunkin', anything like that. Those are, you may like those, but this here is a totally different creature. So it's worth it already as to that. So I'm so glad. I was actually a little worried that I was going to taste the coffee, not like the coffee, and then be like, well, did I post a review that attacks a company that I think is trying to give back? So thank you. So, hey, that's another thing to be thankful for. Hey, another thing I'm thankful for, guys, is being able to wear this and having a little Christmas in the air, so I'm not sweating on this Thanksgiving. So let's move on to the next. We have the drip. Now here, wow, good. Man, this is what I was smelling in the house. It's a little bit different here. Here you have that medium roast, dark brewing smell as you smell it. Here, I don't know if this is the way it's going to taste, but the scent is of coffee, but very strong with the honey, very strong with the caramel. Almost as if it was a honey or caramel synthetically flavored coffee, which it's not. So here we go. Tasting like a boss. I wasn't expecting that at all. That's really good, but in a completely different way than this. Here, you're not getting that chunky bitterness, or chunky earthiness of the coffee. This is definitely a cup of coffee that if you serve, someone is going to ask you, what is this? You've been to places where they give you a cup of coffee, you drink it, and you don't inquire as to what it is. You couldn't care less. You're just like, okay, well, this is coffee, whatever. But here, you're going to ask, no doubt. And your inquiry is going to be one that is based upon the desire to get more of it. Interestingly enough, the mellowness is here where it wasn't in the cold brew. So this excels in the drip. Very good in the cold brew, but this is an exceptional drip. Honey notes. I'm not going to give caramel. I love caramel, but maybe caramel at the end. But this is smooth like honey. This is black, cold brew, not cold brew, but drip black. No cream, no sugar, nothing. And I know people who don't drink black coffee who could sit back and drink this and go, that's exceptional. It's as if someone made a drip cold brew. And so the mellowness is here. Congratulations, Chapin Coffee, on that. That is really, really good. Okay. All right, buddy. You're so patient. You're so patient and good. Okay. Now, let's move to the espresso. So this would be a medium to dark roast espresso. And by the way, this is a pre-ground coffee, so I couldn't regulate the different grinds. But so far, so good. Hasn't needed it. So here we go. Here, honey and caramel scents even overpower the coffee. Tasting like a boss. Neighbors walking by trying to ruin my amazing review. Here we go. Well, you know, I'll tell you, that is interesting because it definitely is its own thing. At first, like a lot of these, I thought there was going to be some sourness because there's a little bit of brightness to it. But I'll be damned if you don't taste the caramel and the honey. You really do. I think it's like my least favorite of the three formats, but I could totally see serving this and people liking it. I don't know if there's a fight going on or what's going on outside, so maybe we'll have a Taste Like a Boss and an episode of Cops at the same time. That'd be awesome. That's something to be thankful for. All right, well, guys, this was really good. So my position on this is I would definitely get a bag of this if you can, and you can feel good about it because it gives a charity. The cold brew was a thumbs up. The drip was 2 thumbs up. I mean, that was a 2 thumbs up. And the espresso is more than passable. It's just it may not be the way I brew it. So anyway, happy Thanksgiving, you guys. We're almost at 400 subscribers, which I think is incredible. I'm thankful for everything so far with you guys this year. We have other reviews coming up, and I'm going to make sure, again, that I continue to wear this Bucky thing as much as I can. So from Rollo and I, happy Thanksgiving, and definitely go check out those links below. Love you guys very much. Have a great day. Until next time, keep tasting like a boss. Thanks, guys.